Look at these investors in this particular cryptocurrency project.
Take the first step towards online privacy. Get NordVPN.
Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. Now, I started my channel in April 2017. I was looking for something else to do to get out of social work because I was just so stressed by it. I wanted to get into blockchain and I just started making videos. Now, I got caught up in the ICO rush of 2017. I should have sold out right at the top, but I didn't know and I didn't. And then I carried on running my channel and posting videos during the bear market. And one of the things I did during the bear market is I got connected to really small altcoin projects that nobody knew about. And I just built up a relationship with them and started covering them and covering them and covering them. And some of them have done really, really, really well. And I think some of them are going to do really, really well. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about an altcoin project that fits the bill. Nobody knows about this, and I haven't covered it before. It has a working product that works really, really well. It offers a solution to challenges that people are currently facing, and it's much, much better than what's already out there. Not only that, these are some of the investors that have invested into this project. So you got ex-directors of Telefonica, ex-directors of Vodafone, IBM have invested in this project, Isade Ban Business School have invested in this project, as well as Angels Capital and the Venture City. Now, I'm going to be giving you a short overview of this project. I'm hoping to carry on covering this project. I'm hoping to do an interview with the CEO or somebody else from the team pretty soon. So please subscribe, comment, like, do all that stuff. And I think that this project is really, really worth looking at. Now, even before lockdown and the growth in working from home that caused, more and more companies and individuals and teams and businesses and organizations were using cloud storage. As the internet and computers become more and more ubiquitous, an essential component of working life plus personal life, the use of cloud storage programs has just grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. However, there are risks with them. The risks are that the cloud storage service will get hacked. That's just one of the risks. I'm going to lay out another risk in a moment, right? This is an article from r/tt.com, and I shall link to this and the other articles in the description below. Now, unfortunately, there isn't a date on this article, but when this article was published, it said Dropbox is under some pressure this morning to prove that the site has not been hacked. An anonymous group of hackers claims that 7 million Dropbox usernames and passwords have been taken from the site, and that the site's security has been breached. The hackers posted hundreds of usernames and passwords on the site Pastebin this morning, with the threat that millions more would follow. And then from this article, January 28, 2020, can Dropbox be hacked? Dropbox has a history of hacking incidents due to the popularity of the system and the value of stored data. It will likely always be a prime hacker target because of its reputation. What this means essentially is that Dropbox was probably targeted because it had something of value to target, at least in the eyes of the attackers. If Dropbox doesn't take serious action towards security, they could be hacked again. And from this article, Dropbox Security Issues 2021, the good, the bad, and the ugly, simply put, if security is your main concern, you should look at our list of the best Dropbox alternatives. One of the risks of Dropbox is that Dropbox retains the right to access your information, and it can do this because the encryption isn't zero knowledge. There also isn't a clean history that can prove it's a secure cloud storage system. So you've got the risk of external hacks, and you've also got the risk of internal theft, that somebody working for an organization like Dropbox can access the information inside. Somebody on the inside, they could pass on the password to somebody else for an external hack. We just don't know. Well, then you might think, okay, I won't use Dropbox. I'll use one of the other alternatives like iCloud or OneDrive or Google Drive. But they all have particular problems, and least of which is the issue of privacy. Now, this is an old article from 2015 on Amazon Drive, but it makes the point well that with Amazon Drive, at the time, you were getting 5 gigabytes of free cloud-based storage. And you could get 20 gigabytes for not much more. But then look at their terms of service. You give us the right to access, retain, use, and disclose your account information and your files to provide you with technical support and address technical issues, to investigate compliance with the terms of this agreement, enforce the terms of this agreement, and protect the service and its users from fraud or security threats, or as we determine is necessary to provide the service or comply with applicable law, as they determine. Now, if you don't know, Amazon are working with the Pentagon and perhaps with other security services. Perhaps the government in your jurisdiction is going to change the law, and that's going to compel Amazon to do things like access your information on Amazon Drive, which you thought was safe because your government where you live has changed the law, giving them permission to intrude upon you and your life in a way that breaches your fundamental rights to privacy. No privacy, no freedom. You cannot have freedom without privacy. Let's take a look at Google Drive. Is Google Drive secure, and what steps can you take to improve it? Now, there are certain things you can do with any of these cloud storage solutions. One would be to not store really sensitive information on there, like your private keys, for example. Don't do that. Now, with Google Drive, you get 15 gigabytes of free cloud storage, and it's purely out of the goodness of their hearts. You just trust them. But there are inherent privacy issues. Firstly, you risk the provider spying on and monetizing your content. Google has over the years perfected the art of surveillance capitalism, where your data is mined and sold to advertisers, which is then used to manipulate or influence your buying behavior. Another thing to pay attention to if you're going to use Google Drive to store confidential files is Google's terms of service. And you have to be absolutely sure you are comfortable with it. Section 11 of the terms of service states this: by submitting, posting, or displaying the content, you give Google a perpetual, irrevocable, worldwide, royalty-free, and non-exclusive license to reproduce, adapt, modify, translate, publish, publicly perform, publicly display, and distribute any content which you submit, post, or display on through the services. This license is for the sole purpose of enabling Google to display, distribute, and promote the services, and may be revoked for certain services as defined in the additional terms of those services. You agree that this license includes a right for Google to make such content available to other companies, organizations, or individuals with whom Google has relationships for the provision of syndicated services, and to use such content in connection with the provision of those services. Oh my God. You give Google a perpetual, irrevocable, worldwide, royalty-free, and non-exclusive license to reproduce, adapt, modify, translate, publish, publicly perform, publicly display, and distribute any content which you submit, post, or display on through the services. And this includes Google Drive, your photos, your personal emails, anything at all that you put on Google Drive. Google has a right to it. Oh my God. I had no idea. I had no idea it was this bad. I didn't read the terms of service. Did you? Does anyone? So the problem that they have, you've got the problem of external hacks and internal hacks, and you also have the problem of privacy issues that they can go in and start poking around. You know, a metaphor might be is that Google as a burglar comes into your house, but they're not really a burglar because you give them permission, and then they go into your bedroom and they rifle through everything, and there's nothing you can do to stop them because you've agreed to it. So what about services like ProtonMail, which have a reputation for privacy and security? Now, this is an article from the Proton blog. Several Proton users have asked us whether we considered a decentralized architecture for our end-to-end encrypted cloud storage service, Proton Drive. In this article, we explain why we have opted for a centralized end-to-end encrypted security model instead. And what is the problem with centralized systems? They are centralized. That is the problem. You have to trust them. That they're centralized means they have a single point of failure. Their article outlines the advantage of decentralized peer-to-peer systems. No single point of failure, resistant to censorship. Your data is stored on disks of multiple, possibly even hundreds of people who may be located all over the world. Peer-to-peer systems are almost impossible to censor, block, or shut down, as there's no central organization which can be pressured or coerced. And they're efficient. Downloading data from a peer-to-peer network can be very efficient when the recipient is able to obtain data from multiple sources simultaneously. Reduced infrastructure requirements. Peer-to-peer storage doesn't need expensive centralized servers that require continual maintenance and monitoring. Files are instead stored on users' devices. Now, despite all those great reasons, ProtonMail is opting for a centralized system because it gives better performance, lower latency, and greater functionality, lots more buttons and twiddles and things. And that's why they're using a centralized approach. And what they have is end-to-end encryption. However, it remains vulnerable. And in the environment, the political environment all over the world of increasing censorship, increasing authoritarianism, increasing intrusion into our privacy and erosion of our civil liberties, decentralized solutions that preserve our privacy, are censorship resistant, become increasingly important, which is why these investors have invested in this particular project. This project is Internext.com, INTERNXT.com, another in a long line of blockchain projects that are badly spelled. However, that's their only crime, at least that I can see so far. This project launched in 2017. I'm hoping to have an interview with the CEO pretty soon. So please subscribe, comment, like, click the notification bell so you know when that comes out, because I got loads of questions about this. I am very interested in this. Their website is so beautiful and cool and good looking. What they offer is decentralized cloud storage. Way more secure because there's no single point of failure. Decentralized architectures allow for cheaper, more secure, robust, private, and reliable features than those that centralized architectures can provide. And decentralized cloud architectures are offered by projects such as Internext, which is this one, SIA, Storage, MadeSafe, and Filecoin. Internext Drive is the only easy-to-use cloud storage service that doesn't only provide client-side encryption, like Proton Drive, Trezor, and many other traditionally secure client storage services. So it offers what Proton Drive offers with its centralized service, the end-to-end encryption, but it goes a step further by offering its service on an infrastructure of data centers spread all over the world. Internext nor any third party can access any of your files. Files uploaded to Internext Drive are fragmented, client-side encrypted, and distributed all over the world so that a server never holds a complete file, but instead an encrypted data shard. So let's say you upload a document onto their service, which is free. You can get up to 10 gigabytes for free. Plus, this project offers passive income to holders of their INXT token. You can become a node, offer some of your storage for which you get rewarded. You can also use the tokens to get discounts on larger amounts of storage. So let's say you got a document, a couple of pages, a PDF or something, you upload it onto Internext Drive, it gets encrypted, and then it gets broken up into little pieces. A little piece over here, a little piece over there, a little piece over here, a little piece over here. So not only is it fully decentralized where the storage is, the bits that are stored are decentralized. And then to retrieve it, it comes back together, encrypted, you can access it. Nobody else from the company can. So like I said, it's available now. You can try it out for free. You get 10 gigabytes for free forever. You can prepay and get 89 cents a month, euro cents, for a whole year's worth of 20 gigabytes, 200 gigabytes for $3.49 if you prepay for a year. Privacy-focused, end-to-end encryption, uncompromising security, access anywhere, try it free for 30 days, and nobody knows about this project. It is tiny, and they already have 1 million customers. Now, let me know what you think. I've only just done a broad overview of this cloud storage solution. I'm going to be doing more on this project. I invite you to take a look for yourself, do your own due diligence. If you have any comments or questions, put them in the description below. If you hold INXT, please do me a favor. Give me the symbol INXT as a comment below the video. That really supports my channel grow because the Google algorithm picks it up, and tragically I'm still being shadow banned by Google and YouTube. Thanks guys. But INXT, if everybody who watches this who's from the INXT community and you like what I've done, you like that I've presented it, please paste the ticker symbol as a comment. And even if you don't like what I've done, and if you don't have INXT, I don't know, give me a comment anyway. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.